Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As always, I'm your host, Meir Fatemi. Getting into the next segment here, we're going to talk a little bit about the New York Knicks. Is this year's New York Knicks team the best opportunity the franchise has had to bring a chip to New York City since 1971? If you guys don't know, 1971 was the last time the New York Knicks won a championship. It's been 58 years. I think I've just pulled that number. I'm doing quick math. I don't think it might be less than that. 58 years does not sound right, but a long time. It's been 50 plus years since they won the championship. It's been 50 years. It's been 25 years since they found themselves back in the conference finals. And this year, they have found themselves back in the conference finals since 2000. There's no defending champs on the floor. It's a bunch of young guys, a bunch of young teams. Your team, probably outside of the Minnesota Timberwolves, has the most experience in terms of group continuity, most playoff games in general. If you want to talk current experience in terms of getting far into the playoffs, I think those two numbers either go to the Pacers or the Timberwolves, and I'm leaning a little bit towards the Pacers because they have Pascal Siakam on their team, former NBA champion. But that's not the discussion we're having here. This is about the New York Knicks. This is about talent. This is about grit. This is about grind. This is about New York City. This is a city. This is a place. This is a basketball town that is renowned as possibly the biggest market in the NBA. New York, the New York Knicks. A team that has not seen playoff success to this caliber since 2000 when they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Hasn't won a championship, like I said, since 1971. You have no defending champs left across the slate in the Final Four. You have OKC, who's never been to a conference final. You have the Minnesota Timberwolves, who went to their first conference finals last year and got bounced in 5 games by the Dallas Mavericks. And you have the Indiana Pacers, who made their first conference finals last year as a team, outside of Pascal Siakam, and got swept. Regardless of how you want to say they got swept, it was a close sweep, this, that, and the other. Every game was close, whatever. They got swept. They lost all 4 games, 4-0 by the Boston Celtics. And then there's the New York Knicks, led by Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns in the paint. You have Mitchell Robinson with you. You have OG Anunoby. You have Mikal Bridges. You have a group full of talent, shot making, falling for you against the Boston Celtics. I really think this is the Knicks' best opportunity to bring a chip to New York. Not only because of the competition ahead of you and how you're playing. Well, not because of the way you're playing, but because of the competition ahead of you. Sorry, I absolutely mixed that whole sentence up. But the competition around you is just not there. There's no experience. There is some, but it's minimal. It can be taken advantage of. All of these teams are gaining their experience in the playoffs right now. You have Jalen Brunson, who is not shying away from the spotlight. You have Karl-Anthony Towns, who's showing up and showing out time after time. You have OG Anunoby, who hit big shots against the Celtics. You had Mikal Bridges, who hit big shots against the Celtics. Tom Thibodeau has this team firing on all cylinders right now. Regardless of what you want to say about how he runs his players into the ground, playing them heavy minutes, game after game after game. Regardless of what you want to say, this New York Knicks team looks unbelievable. Really unbelievable right now. And if they can continue to play it the way they are, at the level they are, at the clip that they are, if you're the Knicks, yeah, let's do it. If you're the Knicks, you have to get Jalen Brunson going early in the season, early in this round. Offensively, it comes down to the shot making of Jalen Brunson. As a game as a whole, it comes down to the Knicks defense on the Pacers offense. We have not seen a single team being able to slow down this Pacers offense. And we know that this is not going to be a similar season or a similar playoff round. This won't be a similar series to what we saw with the Celtics. The Celtics missing shots left and right, missing open shots, open threes. The Pacers are not going to miss those threes. We saw in game 1 they missed between game 1 and game 2, I think the Celtics missed 48 wide open threes. And wide open means 6 feet or beyond without a defender around you. They had 48 of those. And I'm pretty sure they shot like off the top. I don't know exactly what they missed a lot. I think they missed like 83s over 2 games, something crazy. But regardless, this is a Celtics team that is playing at a high. That was the Celtics team playing at a high level that the New York Knicks just bounced out in 6 games. Now you have the Indiana Pacers coming to town. Run the same scheme back if you're the Knicks. I seriously believe it. If you can stop that Pacers offense, even just play physical, just muck up the game, make it a dirtier game. I don't mean play dirty, but make it a messy game. Make it scrappy. Just try and wreck the game. If you can do that, I think the Pacers can be dismantled a little bit, can be thrown for a whirl. But of course, this is the New York Knicks we're talking about here. I think this series goes 7 games, absolutely. And I think this is going to be a long, long series with both teams going back and forth, throwing haymakers at one another. But it comes down to the Knicks. I really think if they really want to bring a championship to this city, they kind of have to go all in right now because you're not going to get another golden opportunity like this in the playoffs. I really don't think so. So, yeah, if you're the Knicks, lock in, as we say these days. Lock into the game. Just focus up because this is this truly is, in my opinion, your best opportunity to win a chip since 1971. Since the Walt Frazier days of the New York Knicks. That was before Patrick Ewing, before before Charles Oakley, obviously. Before those goats of the 90s showed up, those titans of the 90s in New York showed up. That was the team in New York with Walt Frazier, downtown Freddie Brown. I don't know who else. I'm trying to think back. But regardless, yeah, this is if you're the next, chip up because you have to show up in this series. I'm gonna leave it on that note. I keep dragging on the segment as much as I can. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see how Karl Anthony Towns is able to fight off the double big of the Indiana Pacers, but at the same time, we know Karl Anthony Towns can do it. Whether it's if you want to put the double big out there to match up with them, I think I just don't want. I don't. If you're the Knicks, you don't want to see hack a Mitch again. You don't want to see the same thing that the Celtics did to you, and I think the Pacers might do that. They would. They would hack a Mitch, especially in close games, and whether it would make it easier, it would take the Pacers off the boards, give them less opportunities to make threes. It might. It really might. But at the same time, it's a give and go factor. It'll be interesting. I think Tom Thibodeau he'll try it. I think he'll absolutely try that double big strategy. But like I said, it comes down to Jalen Brunson shot making. It comes down to the guys around Brunson, the other shot makers like Mikal Bridges, like OG Anunoby, like Karl Anthony Towns. If these guys can hit their shots, I think the Knicks can be okay, and I think the Knicks can really win this series. But without that, the Knicks just have to chip up. They just have to chip up. I'm going to leave it on that note. I'm going to take another short break. Coming up next, we're going to switch gears from the Knicks side of things to the Pacers. Do the Pacers have the talent to knock off the New York Knicks? Because one can argue that the Knicks have more talent in terms of star talent, like that have been around the NBA, than the Indiana Pacers. Is that true? We'll discuss that in the next segment coming right up. You're watching the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.